All right, guys. Today, we're here to talk about one of the most instrumental things that has made all the difference in our young students' lives here at the Metro West Academy of Jiu-Jitsu, our leadership program. As of this conversation, we have around 185 students between the ages of 4 and 14, and about 60 of them are in our leadership program. Now, just to qualify, we have, I think, about 50 of them specifically are in our 4 to 6-year-old group. They are not eligible. You have to be at least 8 years old. So that means between the ages of 8 and 18, we have 60 students involved in extracurriculum here at the Academy. And let me explain to you what that really means. This extracurriculum is not about how to throw a better punch, how to throw a better kick, how to do a better choke. This extracurriculum is about how to become a leader yourself. A lot of our students who are in this leadership program have been in this program for 8 years, 9 years, 10 years. If you think about it, you're eligible at age 8 to 7 in some cases to start off, and I'll break down the levels in a moment. But if you're eligible to do that at 7 and you're here till you go to college, well, that can be in the neighborhood of 10 to 11 years of learning and developing leadership level skills. And I'm speaking to who now? I'm speaking to school owners, but I'm speaking to parents that are out there. I cannot think of a single more important skill with regards to your growth and your development over time, hard work, and your ability to lead. Okay? You do not need to become a CEO in order to have fantastic results and to show the need or the utility of a leadership type skill set. But if you're going to be working with other humans in any capacity, maybe your dream is to be a computer engineer and you are head down. I think Neo in the Matrix, headphones on and the whole world is outside and you're on your computer. Maybe that is your dream. In that case, your leadership skills are, what are your time management abilities? What's your ability to prioritize, which are, by the way, 100% leadership skills. And your interactivity with other humans is so minimalistic, it doesn't matter. But any, and I do mean any other interaction with humans is going to require you to have some manner of leadership set skills. So imagine you were 10 years old and you'd already spent 2 years, obviously developing your martial arts skills. That's fantastic and very important. But you've been spending that time also once a week, twice a week, some cases 3 times a week, working on how to best manage and work with other people. That's going to impart a fantastic outcome, correct? We also talk a little bit about the moralistic value of this. One of the first things and one of the most important principles we teach from is the idea of servant leadership. You are here specifically to help others. Why do I think that's important? Because it almost immediately and from the very beginning eliminates the ego part of this. I don't think anybody starts leadership at our academy because they don't want the cool red pants. Special talismans are a fun thing, right? Earned visuals are an important thing. And to a young student, a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, somebody standing up there commanding the class looks important and they want to be important. But as soon as they get in there, the first thing we teach them is, guys, you are here to make other people better. And if that's not why you're here, you're not going to last very long, unfortunately. So that's a really important metric for us. For talking now to martial arts school owners, if you have a passing inflection towards having a leadership program or you don't know where to start or you haven't started one yet, let me tell you, this is one of the places you need to put your extra time and energy and resources for your students, okay? Yes, there are tons of selfish benefits for the school owner. Nothing else, when there's 40 students on the mat, I can work with 3 to 5 at a time. I can command 40 at a time, but this is jiu-jitsu and we have belt levels. I can't work with the white belts and the yellow belts and the orange belts and the green belts and the blue belts all at the same time and in a 10 to 15 minute belt technique time, the way we run our classes. I'm not going to get to everybody. So what do I have? I have 3 senior coaches with 8 white belts. Those senior coaches have been there for, between the 3 of them, maybe as much as 20 years of training. And they are very, very vested in watching these young students become better. So that's fantastic. But for the students, right? For the students, you give them something to aspire to, you give them a program to work through that is not just the martial arts, and you give them a personality programming that is again, one of the most instrumental things, the ability to self-advocate. We start that very young here. And you create a feeder program for your more senior instructors. I have now 15 team members. All of them are teenagers. And teenagers, I don't personally believe in like leaving the state and letting the teenagers run the show. I'm sure there are some places that you guys do that, and I'm not knocking you. This is just my own thing. So, but I have been able to go away having a senior black belt who doesn't work here step in and, you know, be generous with his time to help me out and supervise. But the black belt's job that day was to drink coffee, wear his gi, and look kind of official floating around the front desk and chit-chat with the parents that they knew, you know, other fellow students, because my team had it. They had it. They have it cold. On a Saturday morning, if I'm waylaid with fixing problems or talking to parents or whatever, I get on the mat because I love teaching, not because they need me to teach. They are so good at it. And I will tell you, I have been called out many times for pouting on the side of the mat because they're teaching something that I love and they're doing a great job with it. And I'm just pouting because I want to be the one teaching. But if I take that spot, if I take that time, if I take that teaching opportunity, they don't get better. It took me a long time to get okay with that. So this is me saying to my fellow school owners, or, you know, one of the families, they talked about other organizations where they wish they did this. I think it was a gymnastics organization. And that's very much akin to martial arts, right? You have levels, you have skills that develop, grow and develop. It's kind of an individual, but also team set mentality. And they wish that they had a program that was more fully fleshed out and organized like ours is. Now understand, doing this for almost 19 years now, you know, coming up on 2 decades, where next month I signed at least 19 years ago. I've been training for almost 30. And it did not look like this at the beginning, right? It was kind of ragtag, but we had to start somewhere. And we have gone through many iterations and updates and variations. And we've finally gotten to this program now where it's like, yeah, this looks pretty good. And this works really well. And the system that we now have in place, the system that I've developed over all these years with help from other people and lots of external input and a ton of reading, ton of development, ton of redesign, ton of editing, it works really well now. So we're working on developing a Skool, Skool community, where we can talk about these concepts more for parents who are interested in their kids being able to work on this stuff at home. For school owners, I think I might, I've been asked if I would do a higher level program for school owners where they can actually have a deep dive into what we do as a program. And I'm going to look at slowly building that out for you guys. Obviously, I have 15 teenagers that work for me, but I'm still a one-man band after that for creating all this content material. So be a little patient with me, guys, but there's some very cool stuff coming down the pipeline.